This is a classic car. It's a pretty special classic car, to be honest. It's an original Cooper S, originally owned by the Cooper family, but what makes this car really famous is in the 60s and 70s, it was used by Corgi as the model to make all of their model cars. Famous Mini, that. This is a sports car. And these are supercars. These two are quite special. They'll be appearing on the channel very soon. But this is a hypercar. No, I've never driven a hypercar before. What do you reckon? Shall we? Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped, and welcome back to 5 Zeros Supercars. And welcome to the Koenigsegg Agera N. Now this car has featured in one of my videos before, one of the first videos I shot here at 5 Zeros Supercars. The only difference was it had a blue floral wrap on it because there was a tie-up between Super Vettura Koenigsegg, Divine Savages, which is a wallpaper company, and Yanimais, who did the wrap. And it was a pretty standout thing. Now, very recently, that wrap has been removed and the car's been returned back to its original white bodywork with contrast exposed carbon fiber details. And I think it just looks amazing. But what I want to try and do in this video is take you along with me on the journey of me driving my first hypercar, because I am going to get to drive this car today. I can't quite believe I'm saying that. But I've been very lucky. I've got to drive some really quick high-performance cars, what we would call supercars. I'm surrounded by many of them today. There's a McLaren 720S over there, an absolute rocket ship of a car. There's a number of Lamborghinis over there. There's a 488 Pista. Any of those cars, a normal driver would get in them, and the performance that they experience would blow your mind. But there's a difference between a sports car like my 718 Spider or the Cayman GT4. The step up to a supercar is a significant one, but the step from a supercar to a hypercar is something else entirely. And that's the bit that's intimidating me, to be honest. The performance of this car, the numbers, they're like bingo numbers, ridiculous, but also the value. Yeah. Because it's a one-off, this car, and it's worth an awful lot of money. Now, I'm going to be joined by Tommy from Super Vettura Koenigsegg, and the owner of this car, for the drive. And I've got so many things I want to talk to him about, because Koenigsegg are a really interesting company for me. I think, firstly, from an automotive engineering point of view, they are leading the way in so many areas. They just come up with some really, really cool stuff. But the model lineup and their cars are quite complicated. So this car was originally a 2011 Koenigsegg Agera. But then it went back to Koenigsegg in 2017 and had quite a lot of extra work done. It's got lots of bits on it from the Koenigsegg 1-to-1. A car made famous by the name 1-to-1. What that basically means is it's got a 1-to-1 power to weight ratio. So for every 1 horsepower, 1 kilo of weight. 1,000 kilo car, 1,000 horsepower. So this Agera N, the other really cool thing is if you've got enough money and you go to Koenigsegg, they'll kind of make you a one-off car and then you get to name the car effectively. So the N here basically comes from the name of the person who had this car converted in 2017, but it is just full of the most amazing details. And I'm crouched down by one of them straight away. These carbon wheels are simply unbelievable to look at close up. Tyre-wise, because we've got an awful lot of power going through the rear wheels, this car's actually on Pilot Sport 4S tyres from Michelin. So I'm quite happy about that. It's dry today, but I'm glad we haven't got too track-focused a tyre. Should be perfect for getting the power on the road. Let's have a look at some of the other little details in this car that make it so very special. Now that's a door mirror, sculpted in carbon fibre, straight off of the one-to-one, and a piece of artwork, not just a functioning door mirror. It's just an amazing bit of engineering. Beautiful. I think a great way for me to show you the details on this car is to go point of view. And I'm going to start on the front wing with this beautiful carbon work, these vents on the wing, the carbon work. This bodywork is carbon as well, but with paint on it. You look inside the headlights, all of that carbon weave, these little canards on the side, the front splitter. It really is a very special thing. And then this central stripe of carbon, you just look at the way that the weave comes and meets perfectly in the middle and goes up the kind of LMP-inspired windscreen with central wiper. And then we have a look at the front wheels. These carbon wheels are an incredible looking thing. Massive, great big calipers on a huge carbon ceramic brake rotor. Lovely details on the wing, the little sill all the way down the side. But there's little things on the top. So I only spotted these today. Look at these little winglets on the top there. All of that's aimed to manage the airflow both down into that scoop which feeds the engine, which we'll look at in a moment, but also preparing the air to hit this gigantic wing on the back. Again, beautiful carbon work on these vents. The wing arms, again, in carbon work. And then we can see in the back there, you've got the Ghost Squadron logo. And I can start to just show you inside the engine bay, but we'll pop the rear clamshell in a moment and have a look. And then at the back, carbon everywhere, central exhaust, and the most aggressive diffuser. But I think what we now need to do is pop this rear clamshell, and I can maybe help explain the number plate, MEG 4. Now, in order to pop the rear clamshell, I've got to open the door. And you think, well, that's just opening the door, right? But no, 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 no. Everything about these cars is super special, including the door mechanism or the door opener. So there's a little button at the bottom just here. If I click that, the window goes down, and then it does that. And it has a special name. The mechanism opening this door is called a dihedral synchrohelix. I mean, talk about over-engineering, but the coolest bit of theatre. I mean, it beats McLaren doors, it beats Mercedes gullwing doors. Look at them, absolutely mega. They're just the way they close. Soft close, window up, brilliant. Now, I know sometimes in videos I kind of forget to show the engine bay, and I get lots of grief in the comments. Don't worry, there is no way in this film I'm not going to show you the engine bay. Even just getting into it is some proper drama. So we've got to open the cool door on the passenger side, and there's then a lever on this side to open this simply massive clamshell. It's all carbon fibre, but are we ready to behold? Oh my God. Oh yeah. So hidden underneath all of that unbelievably sexy carbon fibre is a 5-litre twin-turbo V8. The numbers are quite frankly ridiculous. First up, 1,360 horsepower. Now that is just over 1,000 kilowatts of power, and that's where the whole term mega car comes from. It's the link on the number plate, MEG 4, because it produces a megawatt of power. But it also produces 1,371 Newton meters of torque, all through the rear wheels. It's a good job we've got 3, 4, 5 section Pilot Sport 4S's on the back wheel. It's got a 7-speed twin clutch, paddle automated gearbox, and just unbelievable. Now, performance numbers are a little bit scary. Safely, the fastest car I've ever driven, because its theoretical top speed is 272 miles an hour, which is over 400 kilometers an hour. And apparently it'll do 0 to 62 in about 2.8 seconds. I don't think we're going to be testing either of those today, but just look at it. I could pore over this engine bay. Clearly the engine and gearbox is special, but you look at the wishbones and the Öhlins dampers and the way the exhaust manifold comes out the back and the detail, the Koenigsegg badge on here on this cross brace is just an epic thing. Absolutely epic. Now I just want to put those numbers into context of normal cars. This is the press car I'm running this week. It is a Cupra Leon VZ3. It is a brilliant thing and it is very quick. It has 300 horsepower. This has over 1,000 horsepower more. Your standard hot hatch, 300 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower more. This isn't a car, it's a spaceship. This is the emotional bit, getting in. So I'm going to go this leg in first, massively wide carbon sill. Then I'm going to basically snap my right leg. Oh, actually, it's not. Oh, pleasantly surprised. Oh, wow. I mean, this thing, it's like sitting in a Le Mans sports prototype. That windscreen and that single wiper. I've literally just got back from a Ferrari event with their 499Ps, and it just has that feel of a Le Mans sports prototype. That iconic kind of central display from Koenigsegg. I remember seeing that the very first time I'd ever even heard of the Koenigsegg name watching an episode of Top Gear. This is a very special place. So I think the next thing, I need to try and work out where the cameras are going to go, but also Tommy's about to arrive and then we can take this car up the road for a drive. My levels of anticipation, terror, anxiety are skyrocketing right now, but all in the best possible way. Now, the question is, I know you all want me to. You can try and video me getting out. Lots of old man noises coming here, I think. So, leg out first, on the sill. Oh, that wasn't too undignified. Now, before we go out in the Agera, I wanted to show you the latest happenings here at Five Zeros because it's really exciting. The last few times I've been here, this barn has still been under construction, getting the roof on and so on, but it is now so close to being done. This is the new car storage area at Five Zeros. In here, once they've got a proper floor in and power and all that kind of stuff, they're going to have lifts, and this will be enough space to store around 90 cars. And the cars that are in here, so some customers might not want their cars to be kind of open to the public and people walking around them, but in here, the only people who'll have access in here are members and people who've got their cars stored. So a little bit more exclusive, but a huge barn. So if you are interested in car storage in the area around Holt and Bath, I'll put all the details below for 50 Supercars. Give them a ring because this will be open very soon and you'll be able to park your pride and joy in here. Now, talking about prides and joy, let's go and meet up with Tommy and go out in his pride and joy. And it's time to drive my first hypercar. Tall, lanky person getting in.
Yeah.
Supercar. Oh. Now then, guys, this is Tommy from Super Vettura.
Hello.
Mate. I don't even begin to know where to thank you for this one.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you for the Singer first, actually.
That is such a cool car.
I know.
I love that car so much. It's just amazing.
But this, we're taking value to the next level with this.
Yeah, a little little bit, not much more, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's another £1,000,000 or so.
Right, so you're going to drive first.
Yeah,
Talk
I'll
me
get
through
it warmed up, get you used to the car.
Yeah.
It's pretty good to drive. It's very easy. There's no surprises usually with them.
What, apart from the 1,300 horsepower?
Apart from a load of power out back, yeah.
Rear-wheel drive.
It's nice and dry-ish today.
Yes, exactly. I picked the weather on purpose. So, startup procedure.
So easy on this one, not like the old 2-4 buttons down here. You just press start. So all the screens should come live, and then that's it. Nice and easy.
It's a good noise, that.
So paddles,
Yeah.
It does have a full auto mode, but I think in 15 years I've never used it.
Sounds
Works
good.
okay, some people use it. Traction is set to dry, which is fine.
Yeah.
Very rarely do you use wet. Forwards, gears, if you want to go into reverse, double press on the down.
Yeah.
Neutral, it's like that.
Cool.
It's got the latest software in this car. It's been upgraded from where it was originally at the factory, so you can downshift twice and it will drop down a couple of gears quite quickly.
Okay.
The gearbox is very different to the new Jesko.
Right.
It's
Well,
quite agricultural,
yeah.
old school supercar.
Yeah.
It's very punchy in your back. I like it.
Yeah.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it warmed up.
So, I've already explained to the guys a little bit the history of this car, but you will know it way better than me. So, 2011 car originally, and then upgraded at.
Yeah, so this car
2017.
I delivered actually in 2010.
Wow.
But back then, so it's 15 years old.
Clear left.
And back then we didn't have COCs. So we had to do an IVA on the car.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the guy who purchased this car was one of our very first customers in the UK, or our first customer in the UK. And he had a CC8S, CCR, CCX, and then this was his fourth car.
Wow.
Which is fantastic. Really cool guy. Believed in the brand from the beginning.
Yeah.
Just amazing. Really amazing. And this, I remember the first time I drove this car, and it was just life-changing.
Yeah.
Because up until then it had been really CCX, CCR, which was supercharged, which is very different. It's a very long lead of power, whereas this, you'll feel it when it gets warm, it's turboed and it just punches you.
Yeah.
There was nothing out there like that. I'd driven nothing like it at the time, and still very few things compared to this. It was just the next
this car's then, it's like 15 years old.
Yeah.
It looks like it was made yesterday.
It's crazy. It's aged beautifully.
Yeah.
And then I bought this car back from the original owner. Then I sold it to a good friend of mine, Neil, hence the N on the side.
Yeah.
So we sent it back to the factory. It was there for about 6 months or so. Had lots of updates done to it.
Yeah.
And then since then, we bought it back, sold it to another friend, bought it back again a couple of years ago. And this is the car actually that my wife and I, my current wife now, we fell in love with. It's affectionately known as the love bug at Koenigsegg.
The love bug.
It was on an owner's tour in this, and that's when it all hit off. So it's a very special car to me, this car.
What's the mileage on it now?
23,000.
Really?
I did some great tours with Neil in it, who did about 10,000 miles in it.
That's great to hear that it's been used. It's not just been a garage queen.
No, we use it all year round. It goes out in the winter, it goes out in the rain. I use it sometimes as a daily. It's such a good car, such a good car. We've been all over the world in it, and the adventures, it's more than a car. It's just so much fun. It's really cool.
So talk to us about Super Vettura, and I'm really keen to hear about your new premises and showroom that's not far off now, I hear.
5 weeks.
Is it 5 weeks?
Yeah, 5 weeks apparently, so we should be in for Christmas.
Yeah.
So Super Vettura is 15 years old this year. I've been selling Koenigsegg's for 20 years next year. So big celebration.
It almost doesn't feel like Koenigsegg's been around for 20 years. It seems like quite a new brand.
It's been around for longer than that, but they started building cars a little bit into it. But it's really only become so very well known in the last 10 years, I guess.
Yeah.
That's for us is when it all changed.
Yeah.
Shortly after the Agera was along, the 1-to-1 was the one that changed everything.
Yeah.
That's when people really started to notice, wow.
Yeah.
And that's when Ferrari LaFerrari P1 918 came out, and it was the year that Christian overcooked him with the 1-to-1 in a massive way, because he was scared that the Agera was going to be overpassed by these other cars from these big manufacturers. And the Agera R was way quicker than anything those guys came out with.
Yeah.
So the 1-to-1 was kind of surplus to requirements, but everything was in there, and it just changed everything after that, I think.
I was trying to explain to the guys watching this that you drive, you are okay left. You drive a sports car, like I've got a 718 Spider, and that on the road's a fast car, and for a lot of people that would be the fastest car they've ever driven. And then you step up from that into supercar, so a Ferrari or a McLaren, and the performance differential is huge.
Yeah.
But from there to something like this, it's just difficult to kind of...
And it's not even really the acceleration 0 to 100, because those cars are so fast.
Yeah.
Tesla is so fast on that. It's 100 to 200, 200 plus. That's where you notice the difference in this.
Yeah.
It just doesn't lose breath.
Yeah.
You know, and this is a 15-year-old one, so it's not as sharp as the Agera R's or the Regera, and definitely not the Yescos. insane. But it's that distance there. When you're running out of power in your Ferrari, this thing's just still pulling.
Yeah, it's just starting
still
to
going.
open its throat a little.
And it's aggressive. It's really proper old school. This car, I think, the Agera, for me, I believe it will go down in the history books as one of the best supercar hypercars in the world. It's just unlike anything else.
And I guess because the numbers are so small, residuals, well, not that you probably worry too much, but from a value point
You definitely
of view,
worry.
Well, yeah, I suppose if you're spending a couple of million quid on a car, you don't want them to go down. But the chances are it's going to stay the same or if anything, go up.
It goes up dramatically. So 15 years ago when we sold this car, the value was about 700,000.
Right.
Now, back then, Koenigsegg didn't hold their money very well at all.
Yeah.
So I think the value when the guy part exchanged this was probably around 550, 600,000. So
Right.
he did lose some money on it. The next guy, we traded some cars around, and the value had gone up to about 1.3 a couple of years later.
Wow.
The value now is 2.6, 2.7 million.
Wow.
Something like that. So it's, it does change over time. My wife Lex, she had a CCX which she gave around 250, 300,000 for. That car, we're just looking to complete a deal on that car now at 2.4 million. So it's great. They're great investments, and that's only going to continue as the brand has grown.
I've got to say, from the passenger seat, its ride quality is...
Picks up okay.
Yeah. Yeah, as I often say, she lifts her skirt.
She does that.
Goodness me. And that felt like probably at half throttle or something.
Yeah, it was about half throttle, second, third gear, something like that. So easy.
Wow.
There you go. Want to go?
I'd love a go. What a thing. So we're doing lots of firsts today. So, most valuable car. Before today it was the Singer.
Excellent.
Most powerful car. Before today it was an SF90.
Oh, that's a cool car, though.
Which was a very cool car. I was on track in Italy with Ferrari, which was good. But just looking at the pedal space, I like the way the pedals come off the floor.
Yeah,
they're like really cool. Okay. That's got a traditional handbrake.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't spot
proper
that
old
one.
school. You do handbrake.
Kind of get
tests.
used to not having a handbrake. You kind of know where we are, so.
Well, just get straight, I guess. And that will take us up towards the motorway.
Oh, I see what you mean. So, yeah, the gearbox is like a. It's a bit like a sport shift gearbox in an Aston Martin. It's kind of a bit.
You know you're changing gear.
Yeah. But when you're. It's like lots of these cars, it doesn't. Already straight away, it doesn't feel like it really wants to be driven that slowly.
No, it's a bit of a nightmare in traffic. You get used to it. They're all a little bit different because they're all handmade. And they've all got their little quirks. This one I've been driving for so long. I'm really in tune with like getting it right on the clutch and things like that. You get used to it. And I think that's quite good fun because modern cars, they're just the same. They're all very good.
Yeah.
It's just you have to drive it a little bit. Oh, driving this way.
Visibility is brilliant, but I was saying before, it feels like I'm sat in a prototype, a Le Mans prototype without sweeping windscreen. The steering wheel's really nice and close. Driving position's phenomenal.
It's quite comfy.
The ride quality is amazing. So, a red line at 7, that was 5,000 RPM.
So you were just kicking into
Just
the
getting into the
second
power
turbo.
band.
Yeah, basically. It's got two turbos, a low pressure and a high pressure.
Yeah.
So the high pressure comes in around 4,000. And that's when you can really, that's when you need to hang on because it gives you a big old kick at the back end.
What are they like at the limit? Are they quite progressive or?
This one, it lifts a little bit because it hasn't got very much aero. So about 180, 190, you start to get a little bit of lift. But you can power through that and it starts to settle down again. But you've got to know, like, I know the car, it's okay. But I've had a few people who have loaded into and they're like, oh, she's a bit light, isn't she?
I mean that.
I know you need to keep going, keep going.
That is the most matter-of-fact answer I've ever had. What's it like at the limit? Well, at 180, it lifts a bit.
The limit's at 250, so you've got a long way to go still.
Oh yeah. You could get into a lot of trouble with this car. So I had the new 992 Turbo S recently.
Great car. So pretty.
Unbelievable car. It was the 50-year special edition one.
If we go right, then we can just drive around.
We
Get more of it if we run out of fuel.
But that car was so quick, and with four-wheel drive, you could basically do silly speeds anywhere. This is obviously a much quicker car, but there's just this level of engagement and interaction that the Turbo S was almost too good, really.
Really good.
You felt like your mum could drive it fast.
Yeah, they are just so good, those cars now. And I think that's so many modern supercars are just too good, almost. They've engineered the fun out of them to some extent.
That's like not even a quarter throttle. Well, as we get back to 5 Zeros, mate, where do I even begin to thank you for the opportunity? Not just for me to drive it, but to share it with my audience. As I said to them at the beginning, a lot of people will see these at shows and never get the opportunity to sit in one, let alone take one for a drive.
We're very fortunate and we're very lucky, and it's good to share it, really.
Thank you.
We're big petrol heads.
Yeah,
why we do what we do.
Exactly. But I just can't believe how approachable this car is. It's not intimidating at all. As long as you don't drive it like an idiot. If you got in here and mashed the throttle and drove it like it was some kind of 1980s hot hatch, you'd get into a lot of trouble very, very quickly. If you drive it,
just be aware of the speed that you're at. You know, it gets to big speeds very quickly.
Yeah.
As long as you know that and aware that, you do the rest of the job. You drive it.
Yeah.
You actually drive the car. It's not it driving you.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. Massive thank you to Tommy. I'll put Super Vettura's details in the description below. Give him a follow on socials.
Yeah. Come visit us next year in the new showroom.
Definitely, we'll have to do that as well. And we're nearly back at 5 Zeros, but from the driver's seat of the Koenigsegg Agera N. You take care, guys. Drive safe. I will. Full send out the T-junction. Not.